filmed or taped. You don't want your performance filmed or taped.
Wait, you want me to say it?
Well, do you mind just so I have like a statement that you just don't.
So for your people, you mean?
Yeah, so that you don't. You've turned down 60 Minutes and all these people. Okay, just a little something like that. Okay. You ready? All right. Well, David, hello. We've been sitting here having quite a discussion.
Yes.
David, I haven't run into this before, so I'd just like to get your thinking on it. Why is it you tell me you've turned down 60 Minutes and you've turned down everybody? Why is it?
Well, I only turn down, I don't allow my performance to be filmed or taped unless I'm in control of it. You know, I did 3 home box office specials. Well, then I'm in control of it. What happened many, many years ago, I got burned by a television outfit that gave us a written statement they were only going to use it and no sound and just me on stage and everything, and you wouldn't even hear the jokes and all that. And what they did is they aired it with the jokes and they cut it up wrong and they had the wrong punchlines with the wrong setups, and it made me look very foolish. And we even had it written out, like an agreement, and which was worthless because it was already on the air. So I just made it a blank rule from now on. I'm not to be filmed unless I'm agreeing to doing a performance for television. I'm not to be filmed or taped. So anybody, we turn down everybody. It's like there's certain magazines I won't do interviews for because they just put blatant lies in the magazine. So the way I fight it is I just say, hey, I'm not going to do any more interviews with you people. That's a terrible way. I wish I could, but you know, that's the way it is.
Okay. You have a book out that is doing so well. How many printings now?
Well, we're in our 3rd printing, and they said that they ordered the paper. They have the paper in stock for the 4th printing. So I think what they have to do is they order paper. And I guess they order covers, and they have little numbers they ordered that they're going to put on the pages. And then they wait. If it's going well, they fill in the words.
One of the things in the book that everybody's talking about is the fact that you revealed that you have this child.
Yes.
And the child now is how old?
What's the day's date? It's close to, he'll be...
16th.
Well, tomorrow he'll be 15 months old. Yeah, I'm a single parent, you know, and of course there was a woman involved in it somewhere along the line. I don't know why they say single parent, or, you know, there are 2. And he lives with his mother, and his mother and I have been good friends, always have been good friends. And I'm trying to be a good father. It's not easy. I'm geared to being a single man. So all of a sudden you start thinking, you know, you got to provide some kind of part of you for a child, because I have great parents and I don't want to leave this kid without a chance to have a great father.
David, was this the first public announcement of the child? The fact that you were the father of the child? Yeah,
there was very little I was shocked that, they have written some things about every performer, things that aren't true. And one reporter got a hold of this and printed it in the New York paper. It went to the Philadelphia paper. And then it went out to one of the trades, the Hollywood Reporter, something like that, or Variety, little blurb, and it died. It never was picked up by anyone. And I think people just didn't believe it. And it went 2 newspapers and a little magazine, and nothing. So I was shocked by that. But then when I wrote the book, you see, I've always been an honest performer. My jokes are honest. And I figured if I'm writing a book, then my serious side, it's funny and serious, and those parts that are serious in the book should be honest. I've never lied to the public, you know, about important issues. I kid them a lot about the little things, but never lied about the important issues. So I couldn't avoid something this monumental. You know, how can you write an honest book and leave out your son? I mean, it's not. And besides that, more importantly than that even, is that how about my son? Someday down the line, no matter what relationship we have, or how long I live, or how long I'm his father, somewhere down the line this book crosses his hands. Because he has a book, he got it for his first birthday, at a good price. And what happens when he reads in this book, and he says, wait a minute, I was born then, and my father didn't even acknowledge my birth? You know, it's a terrible thing for a child. So he had to be in the book.
What is his name?
Cole J. Brenner. And you'd be interested to know, the J, I named him Jay after my favorite uncle. His mother named him Cole because when she was pregnant, she was watching a movie. This is absurd. But she's a very bizarre lady. She was watching a movie about Carl Younger and Belle Starr. And he was portrayed as this handsome, heroic man, you know, this gunfighter, this cowboy. And she thought, what a great man. Cole is going to be my son's name. So I don't want to tell her that Cole Younger was a stupid animal who practiced his new rifle out by shooting soldiers, killing soldiers in a prison. I mean, he was a demento. I don't want to tell her that. So I said, it's a very pretty name.
You have been on the Carson Show more times than Johnny.
Yes, a little more than Johnny. A couple more than Johnny. Yeah.
Should be the David Brenner Show with Johnny
Sometimes
Carson.
appearing, yes, yes.
But really, there's kind of a problem now. We're an NBC affiliate, okay?
Yes.
All right. The Tonight Show is losing ratings. It's losing stations. Many stations are bailing out, putting in their own syndicated things. In this market, it's a real fight. You know, we're not number one. Carson is not number one in this market. So, are they going to make some changes, or what do you think is going to be the ultimate outcome of the show?
Not from on a personal basis as a performer, but I would hope that Johnny Carson continues, because I think he's, besides the institution, there's a reason he's an institution. I think he's one of the brightest and freshest and most honorable programs and persons on television. And if we lose that and we get some other schlock that gets better ratings, because some of the programs up against Johnny are schlock programs, terrible programming. No, you can have the IQ of a sofa and you'd understand this, It isn't quality programming that beats him out. Sometimes you need quality, and Johnny is a quality show. I think the talk show format is a little tired. The same people, look, I've been on 133 times. I change my material as much as I can to keep my career fresh, and that contributes to keeping the program fresh. But they need new faces besides me. I mean, I'm glad instead of appearing on there 15 times this year, I'll go on 13 or 12 and let another guy come on my 3 plays. I'd be glad to do that, to give a fresh person a chance to do with someone new. And I think the talk show format's in trouble. So many of them have gone off the air. And I think Johnny will know. Johnny will quit a winner, just like I would. He won't wait until he's knocked all the way down to his knees. If he sees it's not happening and he can't revitalize the program with some innovation besides the new rug he got, Johnny will step down as a champ.
Any chance that David Brenner would ever take over that show?
I would love to take over the show. I would love him to have a show and I have the same kind of show. I don't think there's any chance. I have been talked about as the replacement for Johnny Carson since 1976, but actually I've been an heir apparent to a throne that's never going to exist. Because I think the show will go when Johnny goes. I don't think it's known as the Tonight Show anymore. I think it's known as the Johnny Carson Show. And besides that, if you look at the types of persons they use for talk shows, I do not fit that type. They don't use big city people, they don't use northerners, they don't use easterners, and they don't use ethnic group people. You never see a Greek host, Armenian host, Italian host, a Jewish host, a black host, a Puerto Rican host, a Mexican host. Never. It's always someone who could walk into a bank, rob it, walk out, and no one would identify him. You know, that look. And that's what they would replace him with.
Well, David, you have a show to do, and we have things to do, and so let me thank you. It's been fun. Nice to see you, and have a good stay here in Dallas.
Oh, thanks. I love Texas.
Good.